A common worry by people that already sing but want to start training the singing properly is, if I train singing, won't I be sounding like an opera singer? So in this video, we will get to the bottom of it. Stick to the end, because at the end I'm going to show you a resource that you can use to make sure that you are finding your own voice. We will talk about vocal technique versus vocal style, difference between classical and contemporary singing, and how to find your own style. Firstly, I would like to talk about vocal technique versus vocal style. One important thing to know is that vocal technique and vocal style are in different boxes. They are both important and they have to be with each other, they help each other, but we train them separately. When we train vocal technique, we are not training vocal style. When we train vocal technique, we are training the instrument to be as efficient as it can be. We are training the instrument to discover all the possible sounds you have, to unlock new frequencies, to be healthy, to allow you to increase your range, to blend your voice, and a lot of things that are necessary for any music genre that you choose to sing. When we are training vocal style though, but the work is different, and sometimes it goes against the technique and is different. For example, when you train to sing belting, or when you train register flaps or screams and things like that, those are stylistic studies. They are not vocal technique studies. This is at least the way I work it and the way that worked for me. It is important to work both. The method that worked better for me with my vocal technique, it was a method that, yes, you ended up sounding classical when you were doing the vocal exercises. This is because, of course, when you are working with the voice in a healthy way and you are discovering new frequencies and things like that, you are going to be working with a larynx that is a little bit lower. When you are working with vocal technique, you need a larynx that is available and that it is flexible. Sometimes you are going to sound a little bit classical while you are developing range, while you are developing the ability to blend your voice, but it is a mistake to believe that just because you sound classical, then you can't sound contemporary. When you sing contemporary sounds, you are going to be working with the larynx in a different position, and you are going to be organizing your diction muscles to produce the frequencies in a different way that sound more contemporary. You are going to need to organize your body differently to, of course, to do things, proper things that from contemporary singing, such as falsetto, singing with different levels of twang, things that has to do with your specific chosen style. Here's the thing, if you have a vocal technique that is flexible, you get to choose how to sound. That's the thing. When you have vocal technique, you have the ability to choose. And this is why studying vocal technique is good for any singer. So don't be scared of losing your sound because you have vocal technique. If you are producing voice in a way that is not too efficient and then you study vocal technique, you can always come back to your old ways. Vocal technique is designed to give you more options and to give you more options of how to produce a similar sound from a more healthy perspective. The purpose of vocal technique then is not only to give you flexibility, to give you choice, but it's also to give you a healthy voice so you can do what you do for the rest of your life. Singing technique allows you to develop the ability to have a differentiated system in the vocal cords, and that is what you need if you want to really be in control of your sound. So don't be scared. If you want to train singing and you don't want to sound classical, don't worry, it's really not about that. Now, if this is you and you think you might start sounding classical, let me know in the comments below and let me know all your questions. I would love to have a chat about that. Now, let's talk about the similarities and the differences between contemporary singing and classical singing. I've been trained as a contemporary singer, but I have had vocal training with classical singers and contemporary singers. There are certain major differences in the way the voice is produced for classical styles and contemporary styles. One of them, for example, has to be with the amount of time that you are in each register. For example, for women, if you sing classical, you are going to spend a lot of time in your head resonance, your head voice. If you sing contemporary music, on the other hand, you spend most of your time in your chest voice, which is a lower register and it has a different configuration. When you are working with classical sounds, your larynx is usually in a little bit of a lower position than when you sing contemporary music. There are, however, some similarities. When it comes to vocal technique, the basics are the same. Regardless of the music style that you want to sing, you need to develop a strong chest voice, strong head voice, because there is no strong head voice without strong chest voice, and vice versa. And the ability to blend them. So you want to develop a flexible voice through the range, and that is for any style you want. That is what gives you a flexible voice and the ability to sing with health. If you want to know more about how to sing contemporary music from a healthy perspective, subscribe to my channel because I am always releasing material about that. Now, there is a third thing that I would like to talk about today. It has to be with just an idea that I have around music, and it's this: you don't need necessarily to marry any genre. Of course, if you are crazy about a specific music style and you like all of it and all about it, then go ahead, study it 100%. But my point here is there is no need to go black or white. A few days ago, I released a video about Dimash and his ability to use the different ranges at the service of the music. I actually really like that. You're gonna see that often within the same songs, he uses sounds that could be considered more classical, and then some sounds that could be that are surely considered more contemporary, and they are all at the service of what he wants to say and how the emotions are developed in the same song. My suggestion is that if you have a flexible instrument, and that is what vocal technique does, it gives you a flexible instrument, the ability of choosing the way of sounding according to what you want to say, then you actually have the freedom to choose. You're gonna have the freedom to explore, to be curious about it, and to discover what kind of sounds can you make. If you go to the description below, you're going to find a link to a 20-minute audio lesson that you can download for free, and it's all about finding your own voice. If you're in this journey, go ahead, download it, and you're gonna see that it really is about discovering the possibilities that your instrument has rather than this or that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, take a look at my resources that I'm going to leave in the description. I have courses, lessons, blogs, and a lot of other things that you can explore. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next video.